Not much. Not much. Just recovering from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same here. Still in my goddamn food coma.
Hey, and to all of our dedicated listeners out there, this is 10 Man TC.
And it's your boy High IQ.
And this is the Fried Bologna podcast.
The podcast is as random as Derrick Rose quitting basketball.
That is random as fuck. But before we get into Derrick Rose and his premature retirement, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
Oh man, it was good, man. A lot of food, a little bit of drama, but other than that, can't complain.
Drama. Do tell. What happened?
Man, I got into it with my uncle at Thanksgiving, and it started with just like a little back and forth about basketball. Then it kind of got a little heated. We had to get separated and shit. But basically, he was. It all started because of Kyrie Irving. He was talking about Kyrie Irving, how good he's been doing on Boston, and then he was like, he said, yeah, Kyrie's good and all, but I just don't get that whole flat Earth thing. And
okay.
I politely chimed in. I was like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna fault him for thinking the Earth is flat because most of our information that we know about the planets and the solar system comes from NASA. And then he goes, what the fuck's wrong with NASA? And I was like, well, besides them being fucking liars, other than that, they're nothing's wrong with NASA. And then, we started talking about, basically, it came down to me saying, listen, if you want to choose to be uninformed about NASA, that's fine. And then he came back and was like, well, what are you saying? And here's what I said. I basically said that, look, I don't know if the Earth is flat or a sphere. I don't know, okay? The reason why I don't know is because all information we come from NASA. These are the same niggas that have told us that we lost. I'm sorry. Let me back up here. These are the same niggas that apparently we went to the moon in 1960 something, right? 1960 something. Okay. Hey man, how come we never went back to that bitch ever?
Man, I've always wondered that.
Cause my thing is, and I'm
it seems like it'd be easier to get to these days.
Uncle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like if we went to the moon in the 60s, I figure by the time 2000 hit, going to the moon would be like going to fucking Disneyland, right?
Right.
But no, we never went back. And then China, like a year ago, released a statement saying, yeah, we have no idea how to get there. So I was like, okay, that's peculiar. Second thing I brought up to my uncle was, it's kind of odd to me that, I forget the actual name that they refer to this as, but it's basically the data that they use to get to the fucking moon. They lost it. They don't have it. They lost it. One of the
convenient.
The most amazing achievements in mankind. They lost all the data. Nothing. And then the third thing I said was, if you ever watch the press conference of Neil Armstrong and what was the other dude's name?
Buzz Aldrin. Right.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but if me and you went to the moon and we was the first niggas to do it, our press conference would be like we won the NBA championship. Watch that press conference.
Drenched in champagne.
Right. Shake. Yeah. I mean, we have goggles on, 2 bottles of rosé on the table. That press conference, them niggas look like they're on trial for murder, bro. They're so solemn. Like, it's just, you would have thought somebody died on the mission. It's just very weird to me.
I've never watched the press conference.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man. They're just like very stoic. It's just really weird, bruh. Um, and then I didn't even bring up the whole like the whole like moon landing and the shadows and all how it looked all fake and shit. But the last thing I said was, and another thing is, it's weird that I think a year or two ago, NASA pretty much said that every image that they've released of the Earth it's always been doctored some way somehow. Now the reasons have varied, but basically we've never seen just a raw image of planet fucking Earth from NASA.
We've seen it photoshopped. We've seen filtered.
Right,
We ain't
right,
seen Earth without makeup on.
right.
We ain't seen
Now,
Earth how she wakes up every
right,
morning.
right. And so
Earth is
I
probably
just
ugly. Earth probably got like birthmarks in its face and really bad skin.
yeah, Earth is the photo before the filters. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just and look, my thing is this. I'm not saying that the Earth isn't round. I'm not saying that, but it's just hard for me to believe anything NASA says. I feel like um, best case scenario, they're working with a lot of theories, and this is the best theory they have, and it's universally agreed that the Earth is a sphere. Okay, and they're like 80% sure. Worst case scenario, they have no idea what the fuck is out here. They have no idea what we're on. They have no idea what's out in the solar system. It's just all 100% fucking theory. I just find it weird that we're talking about trips to fucking Mars, but yet we can't even go to the fucking moon. It's just weird to
Yeah.
me.
I've also seen, like if you do, things that are proportionate, like their pictures from the moon to Earth. It looks like Earth is so far away, but considering Earth is so much bigger than the moon, those pictures should have looked like the Earth was a lot closer.
Yeah, something's not
Yeah,
right, bruh.
there's a lot of conspiracy. So this is Thanksgiving conversation at the
Mm-hmm.
IQ house,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, it turned into that.
this
Yeah,
almost brought you and your uncle to blows.
yeah, because my uncle's not really. He hasn't been involved with the government as far as I know, but when you start talking about the government and like the military and NASA and all this shit, he got confrontational, man. He got in my face about it, and
Well, yeah, I know how hard of a time you have biting your tongue too.
yeah, just got a little out of hand, man. And yeah, we just had to be separated, but
Was this
once the
before or
fucking turkey
after
came
dinner?
out, it was before dinner, so niggas is hungry and
Oh, yeah, I was
niggas are
hangry.
on
Oh,
edge. Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
got you. I got you.
Yeah, but it was cool. Other than that, other than Kyrie starting Thanksgiving drama, it was cool, man.
So,
What
what did
about
you
you,
have to
man?
eat? What'd you have to eat?
Oh
I'll tell you
man.
about mine in a second. What'd you have to eat?
Okay, so check this out. First off, we had a Cajun style turkey. All right.
Oh, that's what's up.
It was bomb as fuck, deep fried, dope.
Mm,
Then we had prime rib.
okay.
Um, then we had of course we had the rolls. Of course we had the dressing. We had the yams. I don't fuck with yams. Um,
And
and
what? You don't fuck with yams?
yeah, no, dude. Look, I don't know what it is, man, but two things on the Thanksgiving table, I can't even like really stomach the smell. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the story is, but dressing and yams, I can't even be around the shit or it makes me sick,
All right.
man.
I don't fuck
I
with
don't know what it
dressing
is, man.
neither. I don't fuck with dressing either. And for all our white listeners who don't call it dressing or not from the South, dressing is the same thing as stuffing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't fuck with it either. But I don't know how one does not fuck with yams. That's like dessert that you can eat with your regular food.
Bro, I don't know what it is, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's something about like the like the glaze and the sauce, man, just like makes me sick to my stomach. Like no joke. Like if I smell it, I'm getting sick. I don't know what it is, bro. It's always been that way since I was a kid. It's weird.
That's very
And
weird.
then And then for dessert, we had the sweet potato pie. Now,
Wait, how do you like sweet
in
potato
White
pie but don't
household,
like yams?
good fucking question, right? I don't know. I tear that up. I don't know, man. It's one of those weird things. It's a fucking mystery, bro.
You're a
And
paradox.
yeah, man. And yeah. Now we have sweet potato pie, but a lot of my white friends they have pumpkin pie.
Yes.
It's just weird.
And
It's
one
the
thing I've
same, but
heard
it's
in the
not.
past, someone said it's the same thing. It is nothing alike.
No, 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 nothing. No. It's
I
like
get offended when
saying
people say shit
Kobe's
like
like
that.
Mike. Yeah.
Oh,
It's two
yeah.
different things. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike is sweet potato pie. Kobe is pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So
That's a
literally,
new hashtag.
um,
Mike is sweet potato pie.
literally, I got into like 4 consecutive food comas, man. Uh,
That's
One
what's
food
up.
coma was so goddamn. I thought I was like, goddamn, did I die? Um, but yeah, what about you, man? What'd you have?
All right, so my Thanksgiving was nice. I spent it with some not blood family, but family of one of my good friends from college. Um, I went there last year with my daughter. This year wasn't my turn to have Thanksgiving with my daughter, so she spent it with her mother and their family. And
Hmm.
yes, I went over there, man. It was so welcoming. They've always treated me like family, man. So it was like just going over my family's house too. The food was delicious. I had some greens, I had some chicken, I had some prime rib, I had some turkey, I had some mashed potatoes, I had some cranberry sauce, of course. My plate was full, but there's a couple of things you heard me leave off that my lineup that are essential, staple Thanksgiving menu items. And that, of course, is macaroni and cheese. I could eat about half my body weight in macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving. In fact, I look forward to it. And the next thing is ham, which I could eat a quarter of my body weight in ham. And usually, most Thanksgivings, I look forward to. Those things were not on the menu. And
Why?
I'm
Why
not
not? Why not?
well, I just realized, man, not everyone cooks like my family, I guess. You know,
Mm.
so yeah, I was very disappointed, but it's not like I didn't get full. I had the food was delicious. I killed my plate. I had brownies for dessert with this caramel glaze over it. Oh my god! And then
Damn.
I had then there was this delicious sweet potato pie staring at me, yo. Oh, I had yams. I had yams. I forgot to mention that. There's this beautiful sweet potato pie. Uh, it was Donald Trump orange with a golden crust like his mane, and but it was delicious, and I could definitely stand it. Um, yeah, so I had a great Thanksgiving. No drama or nothing like that. Fortunately, I suppose, but always some good, fun conversation and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it for me, man. I had a great Thanksgiving.
That's dope, man. And were you able to take a plate home with you? Was it enough food to take a to go plate?
Well, I'm not sure what you know about niggas IQ, but we don't leave without a plate.
Good call.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
two. Or two. That's dope. All right, it's cool, man.
yeah. So
Um,
yeah, it was dope. Now let's get back to this Derrick Rose retirement shenanigans.
hey, man. I tried to tell you, man. 4 calls ago, I said Derrick Rose is always a question mark, right? Man, please explain this to me because I have just read headlines. He didn't do what he did in New York. Like he didn't like just go missing and he released a statement. Like he talked to the team, right? Like the team knew before the public knew, right?
Right.
Okay, okay. Because
Well, at least that's the way
remember
I
like
read
when he
it.
was in New York. Okay, me too. I just was
Yeah, he just
unsure because
disappeared in New York.
yeah. Um. Okay. Well, what's your take on this? I'll tell you mine.
Well, I'm disappointed in D Rose. He was one of my favorite. I mean, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, so we all fell in love with the Derrick Rose era in Chicago. Man, electrifying. That MVP season was something special. So I've got an affinity for Derrick Rose. I always wish him the best. I think he's a good guy. Um, but the man is mentally weak. I understand that it takes a big part of you when you've been playing your whole career and you've never had a serious injury. Next thing you know, you got one. And that can really just shatter your entire confidence. But some people use that opportunity. I mean, Paul George came back from a broken leg, and Mon Shumpert tore his ACL the same day. And both of those guys have come back ferociously and confidently. They didn't allow their injury to break them. Derrick Rose has never recovered. That ACL tear fucked him up. And he's not been the same mentally since. He's got post-traumatic stress disorder from it. So, yeah, that's how I feel about D Rose, man. I wish him the best. But if he thinks he needs to call it quits, man, because he needs to get his shit together mentally, this is just going to be one of those conversations we have in 10, 15, 20 years about remember when, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of agree with you there. I don't know. Look, I understand going through injuries like that. It does take a toll on you mentally. I get it, especially when you were the shit. Especially when you're a former MVP. I feel for the
Right.
guy. Um, and I don't know how bad it is. Like I don't know if he's damn near on the brink of like depression, or if he is depressed, or he's just kind of going through it right now. I don't know. My only problem with that is I get it from a personal thing. I get it. I understand. My only problem with that is you can still be there for your teammates. Like it sucks
Right.
that you're injured, but injuries are a part of the game. It happens to everybody. It's happened to Grant Hill. It's happened to Brandon Roy. Career ending type
Finish
shit.
out the season, if nothing else.
That's what I'm saying. Just finish it, bro. And the thing is this. It's not like you're on a team where it's like, we ain't going nowhere. The season's hopeless. You're on a contender. You're probably, it's
Yeah.
almost guaranteed you're going to go to Eastern Conference Finals. You're playing one of the best players to ever play the game, bro.
Yeah.
I just can't fuck with the whole giving up on your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't sit with me.
I bet if,
not even mid-season. It's crazy, bro.
yeah, not even a quarter to the season. Well, maybe about a quarter into the season. But I bet Brandon Roy wishes he had Derrick Rose's dilemma. I bet Grant Hill
Right.
wishes they had Derrick Rose's dilemma. I bet those
Right.
guys whose careers were cut short because of injuries, or the careers didn't pan out the way they should have because of injury. I'm sure those guys would love where Derrick Rose is right now. So
Yeah,
he's
man.
really he's really missing out on his. He's taking the moment for granted.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. Like, I think when Grant Hill, when he was like really going through it, he potentially could have lost his foot. Like the shit was so bad, he could have lost it. He could have got his shit cut off. You know what I'm saying? Like he was dealing with that type of shit, and I get it. Everyone deals with drama and stress differently, but you kind of wonder do do guys in the league not have mentors to kind of like at least express this shit to them? Like, is there no one talking to Derrick Rose? Like, Derrick, I know you're going through it, but think about your teammates. And it, based on what we've seen from KD, I don't think that's the case. Like, they just make decisions. They have no fucking guidance or nothing. What the fuck?
Well, I think
I
at
don't
those
know.
levels too, man, you got a bunch of people that will tell you exactly what you want to hear. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like
Yeah, a
you
whole
got a
bunch of
bunch of
yes
yes
men.
men. So
Yeah,
I don't imagine
man.
that there's very many people in these guys' circles that tell them exactly what they need to hear. But then again, maybe there are. I mean, for their sakes, I do hope there are.
So, so So right now he's just leaving the team. The team expects him to come back, but he may not come back. He may release a statement saying he's retired for real and he's done. That's where we're
Yeah,
standing.
maybe he's just trying to
God,
get through the holidays.
man, I don't get these new NBA players, bruh. I don't get it.
Hey man, well, hey, think about this, man. Barry Sanders retired too soon.
Oh yeah, I still ain't forgiving Barry Sanders about that shit. Shit broke my
Yeah.
heart, man. I was like,
So
you one of the goats. I hear you.
yeah, so maybe some guys do this. Maybe this is just one of those things. Every now and then in a sport, these players just can't take it. So
Damn. Well, speaking of NBA, did you happen to catch the Thunder and Warriors game?
all right, so on that day, I came home from work. Had my daughter. We're sitting on the couch watching whatever one of her shows we were watching at the time, and we both fell asleep on the couch. I wake up and I'm like, "Oh shit! The Thunder and the Warriors are playing." I look at the score on the ESPN app. Shout out to ESPN. And the Thunder are up by 20. I get excited. I'm like, oh shit, I need to turn to this game and see what's going on. So I see some shit. I see that whole MJ and Xavier McDaniel forehead encounter between KD and Russell Westbrook. And to touch on that for a second, KD is way out of character. That's why they lose. If KD wants to continue to act like he's some kind of villain or some kind of tough guy, they're gonna lose a lot of games with him playing out of character or being out of character. KD is not a tough guy. KD is in fact a pussy. He's a sucker. Nobody believes him. Then people were asking why Russ wasn't like looking at him when he was clapping and stuff. Russ ain't wasting his time with no bitch ass niggas. That's why. Russ don't care. Russ don't respect that man.
Yeah.
Lastly,
Oh, go ahead.
my final point. Russ is this is a regular season game. This could be an aberration. Fucking Klay Thompson didn't shoot well, but Russell Westbrook with legitimate scores, legitimate defenders, legitimate rebounders, legitimate NBA players to back him up on his team, they could be very dangerous against a team like Golden State because you can put any one of them three on the second team. Like, 'cause all three of them don't need to be out when the second unit starts. So they could be dangerous. So anyway, at the conclusion of the game, I found out how big of a bitch KD was. Draymond Green is still only a bully when it comes to referees. And the Warriors ended up losing. So it was an all-around good night for your boy.
Yeah, I'm not a big Warriors fan at all, and I will admit though, it just seems like they're fucking bored and they're just coasting, But uh, I just think it's really weird that KD is acting so out of character, and it's weird to me that he's looking at the Thunder and the Thunder organization and the fans like, "What's the big deal? Why y'all tripping, bruh?" It's like he's living in his own world, man.
Right.
And I can't stand when the best way I can I don't know, describe what KD did. It's like he's with one crew and he's the quiet guy in the crew. Then he goes to the biggest, baddest crew in the land, and now he's the loudest one in that crew. It's bitch nigga shit, man, and I don't get it. You and I've made incredibly crazy rash decisions in the heat of the moment, but I gotta wonder, when you see this shit on TV, you gotta know that shit look fake, right? You're not looking at SportsCenter, seeing this shit and thinking that people actually believe this shit, right?
Like between Russ and KD, or just KD?
Just KD. Just KD.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You can't believe that guy. He's a hoe, man. Just the other week he was talking about how he's not a leader, and thank God that
what the
Steph is there,
fuck?
so he doesn't have to be a leader.
Who says that shit? Even if you feel that way, who releases a statement on that and says that? I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. He's just it's hard for me to root for that guy, man. It really
It's,
is. The
yeah.
audacity to I don't know if you saw the skirmish when they got face to face. For him to call Westbrook a pussy and then clap his hands. Bruh, this
So
dude has a fake
ironic.
Twitter account.
Pot calling the
Oh.
kettle black ass nigga.
I
How
can't do
dare
it, man.
he? How dare he call
I
somebody a pussy?
I don't get it, man. It's making it. I just can't fuck with the Warriors at all. Just at all. The only one that I really fuck with on the Warriors is Klay Thompson. Really, you know.
Yeah, I like Steph and
Um,
Clay. I just don't want the
yeah,
team to win.
yeah. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but one positive thing about the NBA is, and I'm gonna keep it real. I do credit this to Embiid and Simmons. It's chippy this season. It's a lot more people getting in skirmishes, people getting. I like that shit. Like I
Yeah, man.
we're
There's
getting past the Bron era. We're getting past the Super Friends, and we're getting back to, hey, we're on the court. I'm coming at you. I'm trying to murder you when
wait,
we're on the
wait,
court.
wait, wait,
I
wait,
love
wait,
that
wait.
shit.
See, there you go. Taking another shot at LeBron, a gratuitous shot at LeBron. Like, what for? You don't have
Well,
to.
I mean,
You don't have to
Bron
be
started
a
this shit, bro.
super confrontational player in order to be great. And don't forget, he just got into it with the dudes from New York. So, I mean, what else? What else should he have to do? Does he need a malice at the palace to get your respect? Your respect, huh? Something like that.
No, not at all. I just think that I mean, look, every era has trendsetters, and I do believe Bron. And this is not a knock. I mean, some people like this shit, but I don't prefer it. Bron is responsible for buddy buddies. He ushered that shit in. Nobody was thinking about joining teams like that before Bron did it. If Bron didn't go to Miami, which I don't fault him for going to Miami, by the way, I don't. This KD shit wouldn't have happened, guaranteed. KD may have wanted to go to Warriors, but he wouldn't have risked withstanding all that ridicule. But the fact that Bron did it, it made it a little bit better. Look, me and you, been cool for 10 years, but if we're in the NBA and we're
It's
getting
been
paid millions of
13,
dollars to
man.
play against
It's
each
been
other,
13 years.
it's crazy, man, right? But I hate your guts on the court. I just it just has to be
Yeah,
that way,
hey, I
right?
remember where you hated me and the homies' guts for beating you and Arsie's guts and 2-on-2 for like 30 straight games. I do remember you. I do
Yeah,
remember y'all hating our guts for that.
and I'm not one to make excuses, but I was battling a bent up ankle, broken hand, and a torn ACL those games. But anyway, um, yeah. But I do like that. I like the fact that I guess the most confrontational, the most troll like player is a young rook, not a young rookie, but a young Embiid and a young Simmons. Simmons was refusing to shake hands before tip offs and shit. Love that shit. Love it. We need more of that.
Hey
You
man,
know?
Philly is. I like Philly, man. They're exciting. But
Man, they're dope,
what
man.
what other crazy shit has been going on, man, in the world of entertainment?
Wait. One quick thing about the NBA. I gotta
Oh
ask
yeah,
you
my
a
bad. Go
question.
for it.
Now, we talked about this over the holidays with me and my fam, right? Now, okay, here is the hypothetical question for you, and I really want to get your thoughts. Okay, so let's just say you you have a son, okay, um,
Okay.
and you know that your son's probably gonna be 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4", but you know he's probably gonna be a point guard. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my question to you is, in today's time, in the world we live in now, do you think it's possible to make a NBA player? And what I mean by that is this. When me and you were playing basketball, of course, we did drills and shit, but for the most part, when we went to go work on our game, we would just work on our game and do the drills that our coaches told us to do and shit like that. But we have access to literally everything the pros are doing. So, I mean, I can see all the drills Steph Curry is doing, like his real drills. I have no fucking idea what Michael Jordan was doing in his prime. No idea, right? And so you have a database of the shooting drills that Harden's doing, the shooting drills that Steph is doing, the dribbling drills that Steph is doing, the shit Kyrie Irving's doing. You can literally give your son NBA-like drills at age 6, 7. And these NBA drills are mimicking game-like situations. Therefore, your son, assuming he has somewhat athletic ability, which he should, right? Therefore, your son is going to be light years ahead of you.
Yes.
By the time he, right? So why
just like I was light years ahead of my dad.
Right, exactly. So can you make a NBA player?
Yeah, I mean, but it still boils down to the heart of the kid, the effort, and the opportunity they're given, opportunities they're given, luck, being at the right place at the right time for the right coaches to see you, and I think that it boils down to those things, because there's a lot of good players, good to great players that I know I came up with that didn't make it to the league or didn't make it to a big D1 school. They just didn't get the opportunity at the right time. So true. I think you can, in theory, build a prototype, but whether that prototype reaches their potential or whether they tap out at their potential, because some people are only going to get as good as, like, there's a cap on some people's talent. So there's a lot to put into play.
And so do you think that, and here's where, my NBA theory comes into play. Like, all the superstars we have in today's league, my theory on this is, at the end of the day, of course, like you said, they had opportunity, of course, but it does help that they have, like, legit NBA size. But I think at the end of the day, the superstars, I think at the end of the day, of course, they work on their game, but it comes down to they actually have the ability to get better. That's what makes them special. And I think like the role players, they're very limited as how good they can be. Like,
that's where the talent has been capped.
LeBron specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, some people's barrels are larger than others. So some people you can fill up with more talent than others.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy to think, like, because I'm watching drills that Steph Curry's doing. He's doing this thing where he has, like, these special glasses on. He's catching a fucking tennis ball while he's dribbling with his left hand. And I'm like, I had no fucking access to this when I was a kid. What the fuck?
Man, all we had some gloves with the fingertips cut out.
Right, man. It's like, man, and then sometimes I ref these little league games, and I went to a game. It was a 7 to 8 year old game, right? And I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I was like, these little niggas would kick my ass if I was out here as a 8 year old man. Like 8-year-olds doing Euro steps. Shit. Good God.
Yeah,
it's real out here.
Coming up, some of the kids that I played with, like, we were good, like, we were talented. But our games, as at those ages, would look like old men games compared to what these kids are doing today.
Jeez, man. Man. Shit's real, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on that, but yeah. Go ahead with entertainment though.
Oh yeah.
Um
Well, before we get into the world of entertainment, we did just have Thanksgiving. Um,
mhm.
Now from us, it was yesterday for us, but by the time our folks, our listeners here, it had been like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever that math is. Um, but with every great dish, I do believe someone gets it a little wrong. So I would like to introduce my unfuckwittable of the week.
You can fly.
So I gave you the all the menu items, everything I had on my plate, and I did include cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce is one of the most underrated menu items for Thanksgiving. I've had cranberry sauce made in many different ways, but the way that is unfuckwittable to me might catch a lot of our listeners by surprise. But my unfuckwittable for the week are fresh cranberry sauce. Yes, I prefer cranberry sauce from in the can. The can cranberry sauce is the shit. When you try to get too artsy and too Pinterest, too cookbooky, too Food Networky with your cranberry sauce, is when you start fucking up. Cranberry sauce is meant to be simple. The fine folks at Ocean Spray have done all the hard work for you. All you gotta do is get a can opener, turn that bitch upside down, plop it down on a plate. You can cut it into little slices if you want to, but don't try to do too much of cranberry sauce. That fresh cranberry sauce, that overachievers cranberry sauce, that I'm gonna try to do some extra credit cranberry sauce, that I'm a little bit better than you cranberry sauce, that pretentious ass cranberry sauce that y'all want to try to serve people. Nah, that's not gonna cut it, B. Go down to the motherfucking grocery store, your Safeways, your Ralphs, your Albertsons, your Lucky's, wherever you shop, Walmart. Get a few cans of cranberry sauce. Your guests will love it. That's all.
Yeah, that was actually well said. I had no idea where you were going with this, but I think I know what you're talking about. Like the cranberry that comes out the can, it's like a gelatin like cranberry type of thing, right? And I have
Yes.
seen the cranberry sauce where it's like you can actually see the cranberries in there. It's like clumpy and very artsy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
keep
man.
keep that shit simple. Huh, yeah, I see what
Keep
you mean.
it
Yeah.
super simple. Give me the canned shit. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. For a larger part of my life, I had no idea what cranberries look like. Like the actual fruit. I had no idea.
Hey man, well, it's not like cranberries are a staple in like the typical diet, but to be honest, the first time I saw a cranberry was actually on the Ocean Spray commercial. I don't know if you remember those
Mm.
commercials, but it's like he used to be a black dude, and he's always like having cranberries in his hands. Oh, those are cranberries. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I only fuck with the canned shit. But in the world in the world of entertainment and news, I guess, Donald Trump has picked a new opponent, or picked a new opponent last week, and that was none other than the big baller himself, Lavar Ball. And Donald Trump picks the most odd people to go after it with. Like, there's no he does not like black men in sports. That's my conclusion. I think Donald Trump is jealous of black athletes. And now LeVar Ball is not an athlete, but, his sons are. Well, LeVar Ball's a former athlete. I'm pretty sure he's listening and he's going to be breaking down our doors for us to interview him so he can talk over us for an hour and a half. But, excuse me, LeVar Ball is a former athlete. And he's gone with it at the NFL with, 70% black guys in the NFL. He's gone after it with the prestigious guys in the NBA. 70, 80% black in the NBA? College basketball. And he's going after college basketball players' parents. Like, something's up with Donald Trump and black athletes, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. He is, yeah. And he went at LeVar hard, too, on Twitter.
Yeah, ungrateful fool is what he called him.
LeVar. Yeah, a fake Don King or some shit like that, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't say, you ungrateful nigga who looks like that other nigga with the hair.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, though, like, by him saying, they should have said thank you, they should have publicly... LeVar should publicly thank me, whatever. The thing is, you're telling everyone that you pretty much did. You're telling everyone that you did it just to get recognition. Again, I ask, who's monitoring this shit? Like his does he go through like a PR person like once a week? It's pretty crazy, bro. It's pretty crazy.
Man,
now,
somebody
said, though,
there needs to be some kind of proofing that goes like when he thinks he's pressing tweet, it actually goes to somebody else who then proofreads it, edits it, and then actually tweets it on his behalf. Like there should be some kind of fail safe.
Yeah. You just have like levels of proofreaders, and it's like it has to be like a clearance of like a level 3, and it's okay, we'll allow it.
And a lawyer. And a lawyer's got to be there too.
Right. Yeah, like I think one time even like 50 Cent said, every time I tweet, an attorney's in the room. I was like, okay, yeah, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. I have another, hypothetical question for you. When it comes to LeVar Ball, listen, I get it. I get it. It's all, if you want to call it marketing, it's marketing, making sure you're relevant, doing what you can, making sure that Big Baller brand increases in stock.
That's a terrible name, by the way.
It is. It's fucking horrible, man. I think they could have came up with something better than that.
The last name is Ball. It could have sold itself.
Yeah.
Like, they could have just had, like, a Ball apostrophe R.
Right.
Or something. Yeah. They could have done so much. It was low hanging fruit, man. They just did not take advantage. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I can't fuck with him going at the coaches. I just don't think
he's got to shut his motherfucking mouth at some point, man.
Yeah, I just think that's like, I was like, okay, now come on, bro. Like these dudes, Luke Walton, whatever you want to say about his coaching ability, at the end of the day, that dude paid his dues. I think
Luke Walton's a great coach.
Knows more about the game than LeVar Ball does, bro. Come on, man. And for you to release a statement like that, that's chicken shit, man. Here's my thing, and I don't know about you, but I'm a big believer in history repeating itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna ask you this: has there ever been a situation in history where a parent is heavily, maybe too involved in a child's career, and the shit works out? Works out fine.
What, Venus and Serena?
Comes out unscathed.
Tiger Woods? Or
but I wouldn't say like they're. I wouldn't say. See, I put LeVar Ball in the.
He's detrimental to his kid's career. You put him in what category? I'm sorry.
The Joe Jackson, where it's just like he's doing more
But
harm than good. But he thinks he's doing good.
he beat greatness into Michael.
Yeah, he's not whipping ass.
He beat greatness into Michael though. So, how many Jacksons were there?
He beat greatness.
How many Jacksons were there?
Look,
He's like one out of what, 6? 1 out of 7? 1 out of 8? Well, actually, not. Actually, the whole Jackson 5 was successful. So when they're only compared to each other, not other artists or other regular people, compared to each other, he had one great, actually 2 greats, and several mediocres compared to one another. Yeah. So actually, Joe Jackson beat greatness into all of them. Shouts out to Joe Jackson.
But the thing is, you know, when you got okay, he beat greatness into Mike, okay. But here you got Michael Jackson. I don't know if you remember this song. He came out with a song where the chorus was literally, "Have you seen my childhood, bro?"
Yeah, I kind of knew you was gonna bring
Have
up
you
that
seen
song.
my childhood? That was a cry for help, bro.
So
and,
what's
okay,
of course it's a cry for help. His literal cries were cry for help. So what's Lonzo Ball song gonna be? Have you seen my hoop career?
I just look, bro. As if playing for the Lakers wasn't, you know, enough pressure. As if dealing with the LA media wasn't enough pressure. Now you got your father putting all this pressure on you. At 20 years old, I don't know if one can overcome that. I don't know if I just feel like it's too big of a wall to climb, and I think it just ends in a disaster.
Yeah,
and that's no knock on Lonzo. I just think that there's too many kids just can't deal with that pressure.
Yeah, because you can kind of get away with it in like high school and kind of college too. Because in high school, if you're exceptional, you're going to, no matter what kind of pressure's on you, you're going to be better than everybody else because you're better. You're more athletic. You're probably bigger, taller. So, and in college, pretty much the same thing. If you're exceptional, you're going to be better than your peers. But in the NBA, where everybody's exceptional, especially the ones at your position, that's a lot of pressure to overcome. Your daddy says you're better than Steph Curry. He says he'll beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1. Yeah, he set the bar a little too high for Lonzo, and I don't think it's going to work out in a motivational, inspirational kind of way. I think it's a detriment to him.
Right. And he's playing the hardest position in NBA, and like 90% of the time when they play opposing teams, the opposing team more than likely will have a point guard that's a killer. He doesn't get breaks. I'm gonna keep it real. If he overcomes this, he will be one of my favorite players. I just don't see how anyone can overcome this. I just don't, unless they have Kobe Bryant like talent, or just have like unlimited potential. And I don't think he has that. Yeah. Right now, if I had to compare him to anybody, right, I respect Jason Kidd enough, and I admire Jason Kidd's point guard skills and ability to never, ever mention him and Lonzo in the same sentence. That's disrespectful. Okay, and people who are saying that, they don't know the game of casuals. Okay, what I see right now, I see a poor man's Rondo. Just right now, I see a poor man's Rondo.
And I think you're probably saying that because of the abysmal shooting.
Yeah. We checked the stats earlier today, and he's averaging 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Okay, but he's shooting 42% from the free throw line.
From the free throw line?
As a point guard. Yeah, 42%. And from 3, it's atrocious. I can't remember the number, and I think he's at like 30-something% field goals.
Damn. Yeah, he's a more athletic Rondo.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, like Rondo, because I've watched two full games of Lonzo's games, right? And see, the thing with Rondo is, if you watch a game with Rondo, he's gonna do something weird, like, oh shit, that was nice, or that was a good look, and I don't see that with Lonzo. Most of his assists are just a pass and someone scores. It's not like he's doing like Ben Simmons type dimes. I don't know, but
Well, he's
I'm out here
setting
in
guys
LA.
up. Those are floor general assists. I mean, even think about Jason Kidd. Just Jason Kidd didn't. He wasn't just dropping dimes every play of every game either.
No, not at all. But I feel like when Jason Kidd was a rookie, he would show, like, I call it like flashes of brilliance. We're like, oh shit, where did that come
Right,
from?
right.
I have yet to see. The only thing I've seen Lonzo do where I was like, oh, that was dope, was the lob he caught over the Kings. That was dope. I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. That's it. That's it, bro.
Yeah, so. Yeah. There's been no spectacular plays from him. I agree with that.
Yeah, man.
But time will tell. I want to like Lonzo Ball, so.
I do too. I want to like the kid, but I just think that he's just being set up for failure here. I don't know if anyone can come up from this, but we'll see, man. Another NBA news item is Ray Allen getting
I'm not
catfished.
I'm not entirely too familiar with this. As much as I like Ray Allen, from his side, he's saying that he's getting catfished, but from the other dude's side, and yes, I said dude, he's saying that Ray Allen he and Ray Allen carried on a somewhat of an on again, off again hookup type relationship. Am I right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, and he's basically calling Ray Allen a liar, and okay.
And an undercover brother.
I mean, he could be lying. Ray could be lying. Yeah, but the peculiar thing about it is apparently that, like, Ray Allen was talking to like several different women online, but all those women were that guy.
Whoa.
And that's what people are like looking at, like, well, that's kind of weird, because it looks like they both work together to make it seem like Ray was talking to women, right? That's what it looks like.
That's a very interesting theory. Right. I'm thinking of it as Ray Allen is just too stupid, and he doesn't know in order for him to get pussy, all he's got to do is leave the house.
Yeah, literally take a step out the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take one step.
Just go to a Miami Heat game. They remember you.
Yeah. That is weird. But it's weird that, like, it happened to Paul George too. Paul George got catfish meeting someone online. I don't get that.
I don't understand how they're meeting women online. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I know this is what, I expect that kind of shit to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're, we don't have the leave the house and attract pussy kind of appeal.
Yeah. I mean, they could literally just go to the supermarket and, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you go to an affluent area and you're standing at 6'5" or 6'9", like Paul George is. I think you can get something. I think you can pull something nice.
I think you can leave with about a 6-pack.
What? like I mean, you go to the supermarket. You go to the grocery store. I see some bad ones at the grocery store sometimes. I do. So
yeah. By the way, who the fuck's this supermarket? How old are you?
I've been saying supermarket a lot lately, man. And then every time I say that, someone says, "Who the fuck says supermarket?" So I'm saying supermarket now. I'm bringing that shit back.
You're getting old, man. That's some old people shit.
Hey, old man.
Yeah, what's funny about that shit though? All right, so growing up in Vegas, I think is there a Smith's in SoCal? Smith's grocery store?
Yeah.
Okay. So back in the day, I think back in like the 80s or 90s, something like that, they had a commercial where they called themselves Smith's, the Food King. And so there's so many members of my family that when they talk about Smith's, it's always Smith's Food King. When that has never been on the building. It's just Smith's. And they always say, yeah, I was just up at Smith's Food King and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nigga, it's not Smith's Food King. That's always made me laugh over these years. Shout out to my family.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the fam. Yeah, man. We are getting old. Now, I want to say something. I was incorrect on the last call.
Go figure, man. You're incorrect a lot.
Aren't we all? I gave a call. I gave a little listen to Little Peep. It's not. I heard one song.
Wait, to what? One song from what?
I heard just one song that he made.
One song who made?
Recorded before he died. Lil Peep.
Oh, Lil Peep. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I thought you said you gave a little peep, like as in, like you
no,
sampled
yeah.
it, like just like a little bit. Oh, I was so confused. My bad.
No. Yeah. You know what? I was expecting the typical mumble rap, nonsense, drug shit. I'm not gonna say it was dope, but I'm gonna say you could listen to it. I want to say that he was maybe a little bit better than the rest of his peers. I stand corrected. Little Peep was, based on the one song I heard, he makes catchy shit. And you could actually understand what he was saying. Who knew?
That's interesting.
Who knew? Yeah.
While you
were... It continues to surprise us.
While you were listening to Lil Peep this past week,
R.I.P. Lil Peep.
I was listening to the new CyHi The Prynce album all week. And yeah, this shit's dope, man. If you haven't listened to it yet, I definitely suggest that you do. I would say 80% of the album is dope. The other 20% is just pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the album yet. I just listened to the freestyles you sent me on when he was on the radio.
Yeah, the Breakfast Club freestyle.
He's scary good. He's scary good, bruh. Like he's on like that Pusha T level, like lyrically.
His punchlines are so funny. They're so good.
Yeah.
Hey, he says, oh shit, he says something like, I pack a 12 gauge and whack a nigga in the SEC. That's in a second. This shit was hard. He was talking about conferences, college sports conferences.
So here's the thing. Is he lyrically, like if you had to pick a rapper where it's like, okay, we have a gun to your head. If this guy impresses us lyrically, you get to live. Is he lyrically better than Crooked Eye?
Oh my God. Why would you even say something like that? Why would you pit those two against one another? I'm always going with Crooked, man.
Is he lyrically better than Royce?
Come on, man. Why are you doing this? What are you getting at? I'm always going with Royce, man. Like, I could live off Royce.
So who you picking? So who you picking between Royce and Crooked then?
Royce. I've been a Royce fan longer. Like Royce's body of work for me, I know Royce's body of work better than Crooked. And Crooked still has a nice body of work. I'm a bigger Royce fan.
But you're saying you're saying you're a bigger fan. You prefer them, but I mean,
Dude, I can like all of them and
but if
not
they were
have
to
to rank
battle,
them.
but I'm asking if you have to if Royce and Crooked go into battle, who do you think actually comes on top? Who do you think actually wins?
Between Royce and Crooked in a battle,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Mm-hmm. Or let's just say a beef. They're beefing and they're releasing diss records back and forth. Who do you think is coming out on top?
Yikes! This is the scariest question I've ever been asked. You know, it's probably gonna be Crooked.
Okay. Now why?
Why?
Yeah.
His delivery, his syllables, his aggression. Like Crooked never takes a day off on the mic. Like he raps like it's his first track every time. He's always aggressive.
Okay.
Royce can fall out of pocket a few times. He can get a little lazy at times. So I think that's why Crooked would probably edge him out.
Now I don't follow Royce and Crooked as much as you do, but based on what I've heard from both, I would say Royce comes out on top, and it's not has nothing to do with like lyrical ability. It's just in my opinion. I feel like if they're beefing, right, they're going back and forth. I think Royce would take it to another level where it gets super disrespectful. I think he is willing to take it there to win a battle. And it's not on some disrespect shit. I think it's just his competitive nature will be like, well, fuck it, gloves off.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Opinion, based on what I heard.
I think I'm certain you're right. He's made a diss track against D12, and that shit was bad too. So Royce doesn't he doesn't bite his tongue when it comes to beef. But shit, man, I don't know. I hope we never get there. Although if we ever did, it would bring out some of the best rap. Speaking of beef, I happen to be surfing the interweb and came across a diss track to Cameron from none other than Pastor Mason Betha, Harlem's very own. Murder Mace Murder.
Murder Mace. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I forgot that motherfucker could rap. Like, because I was just listening to Cameron's The Program. Which, by the way, is pretty good. Cameron is fucking hilarious. I've never been a big Cameron fan. But Cam is funny as hell. But anyway.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. Yeah.
I thought it was very impressive, man. Sounds like Mace has a lot of homework done on Cameron. Like, he knows some shit.
Yeah, man. They go way back, man. That shit was fire. That shit was one of the better diss tracks I've heard in a long time, bruh. That was dope. I wasn't really feeling the beat as much. I feel like, I would have preferred like a better beat, but he went in. And I hope Cam responds, with his diss record of his own, but we'll see, man. Cam kind of disappointed me when he was going at 50. I thought he was going to come more correct than what he did. Talking about it's going to be a hot summer. Release some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, 50 did his thing, though. And that's the only side we really wanted to see anyway.
That's what?
That's the only side we really wanted to see anyway.
But you got to admit, when they got into that radio thing, Cam won that.
Oh, when he called up to the radio?
Yeah, he sung 50. He definitely did.
No. 50 got caught off. 50
that's
was
the
surprised when 50 said some shit like, Cam, are you sure this is what you want to do? 50 wasn't even trying to go there with Cam. It's not that 50 got sunned. 50 was disappointed, I think. He didn't want to have to do that to Cam. He said that on what's that song? He goes, Cam, I was being nice to you. Okay, I'll get him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But at the end of the day, when that shit ended, I was like, well, okay. If this shit goes anywhere, Cam won 50-0. Then 50 released that diss record. Well, I forget what it was called. What was that shit called? You remember?
It was off the end of that Young Buck track.
Yeah. Fuck. But
Hold on.
He actually shot a fucking video for it too. Was that okay. So that was dope. And then you turn on BET and you see Jim Jones and Joel Santana kicking with 50. I was like, okay, well, 50 won this shit. 50 won. And then Cam's in Orlando in his underwear in the backyard. So I guess that's what happens when you go to 50. But yeah, anyway, I thought that Mace record was dope. I like competitive shit like that. I like people going to other people's necks. And I really hope Cam responds. And I can't wait for a Cam track that he has. Yeah, I read somewhere that he's cooking up something as we speak.
Yes.
Or he might already have something done, which is dope. So it may actually be, some real good hip hop coming out of New York, man.
I don't even know where this came from.
Me neither. It's like the Dipset reunion happened, and then next thing you know, we got a diss track. I don't know, but it is what it is, man.
Hey,
it's gonna be dope.
As long as we get some good music out of it.
Yeah. Speaking of Dipset, two things. I saw, they got back together, and then I saw them on. Well, here's another thing. I had no idea TRL was back. TRL?
I haven't watched MTV in a long time. Well, PlayStation View doesn't have the Viacom channels, but I'm not really missing much anyway, except for Comedy Central.
Yeah. But apparently TRL's back, and they had Dipset on TRL. And it's kind of weird, man, because, Dipset's talking about the music, and they're talking about, making music for the true Dipset fans. And you see the crowd in TRL, and it's just like a whole bunch of pretty much white girls. And I was like, this is kind of weird. And
well, it's always been that way.
In fact, everyone's fucking. I know, it's just, but I feel like, okay, if I'm Dipset and I make I'm doing a reunion, right? Do I really fucking need TRL? Do I fucking need TRL?
Man, everybody needs TRL. Don't you understand, man? The white America, that age range, that age group, that demographic, that's the demographic that consumes rap music the most. They make shit successful. So they reach out to those audiences to make sure that because Dipset fans, like hip hop head Dipset fans, they're going to support probably. But,
I hear you.
Yeah.
I agree with this if this is 2005, but it's like social media. I mean, do you really need TRL when you can just really reach a demographic directly? Like, I don't know if you need that platform anymore. I mean, shit. I mean, they're on there, so I guess they must need it. But
hey, man, you cover all bases. You cover all bases. Ain't no such thing. Why not be on TV?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Just seemed like a waste of fucking time to me. But shit, Cam wasn't even there. So I guess Cam was like, well, fuck this. I don't know. But that is weird to have a reunion and one of the niggas is not there.
Yeah, it's not really a reunion.
Right. But the other thing is, remember when Dipset was going at, well, I don't know. Yeah, Dipset, Cam, and Jim were going at Jay-Z. like hard, around the time when Ballin' was coming out, right? Then it's now Jimmy is signed to Rock Nation.
Right.
It's fucking weird to me.
I mean, it is. But
that's
money.
Where I come from.
Money.
Ugh.
They were the only ones that gonna write him a check. You think Def Jam was gonna sign him, or Good Music, or fucking any other legitimate label? You think they were gonna sign him? No.
This is the second time Jay-Z's pulled this shit off. He went at war with Nas, then signed that nigga Nas. Went at war with, well, not really in war, but
you gotta
was
make
beefing with Jim Jones. Signed that nigga.
Gotta make them niggas kiss the ring. They gotta kiss the ring.
And they did, though. They did. Shit's nuts, bruh. Hip hop.
Jay is a very calculated man. As whack as I think he's gotten. Speaking of Jay-Z, he said some shit this week. He said some shit like sexism is a bigger problem than racism in America. And no. You know, at any other time, if anybody else said this, I think I would have considered them to be sincere. This is a business move for Jay-Z to have said this. He came out with a song called OJ. He didn't come out with a song about the plight of being a woman. He was talking about being a nigga in the United States of America. So for him to say this is just a little curious.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's become more evident than ever that our so-called hip-hop moguls have one, completely lost touch with reality, and two, have completely lost touch with black people. My thing, like a good example of this is when Terry Crews released that email where Russell Simmons pretty much said, "Hey, forgive that guy that groped you." I immediately thought, well, goddamn, what has Russell Simmons let slide to continue to climb to the top and make Def Jam what it is today? You know what I mean? Like, I could never tell somebody that if that shit happened to you, I couldn't send you an email like, "Hey, bro, let that shit slide, bro. Forgive him." You know what I mean?
He only grabbed
says
your
a
dick,
lot,
man.
right? In front of your wife. You know,
he only emasculated you. No big deal.
This shows you, like, the links people are willing to, like, go to let shit slide in order to get to a position of power. And hey, whatever you want to fucking do, but at the end of the day, you gotta stand for something.
Nah, man.
That's just my take on it.
The only thing more powerful than the power of the PUSSY is the almighty dollar.
Yeah, but that's the problem, man. Niggas selling them souls for money.
Yeah. Yeah, yes they do, and they will.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's disappointing, especially when, we're not one of the races that are known to stick together in certain things.
Yeah.
That's never been one of our strong suits. Nobody's ever accused us of being a very united people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So for that alone, that's disappointing. But I don't know, man. Everybody's always out for themselves. I mean, That's what it's about, man.
True.
It's
Yeah.
about that power. It's about that money. So, um, whatever. I don't. Terry Crews exposing Russell Simmons, I think, is a great thing. But it also, like, Russell Simmons is perpetuating the problem I was just saying, and Terry Crews is perpetuating the problem by outing Russell Simmons too. So it's like
Yeah.
it's all shitty.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
One last thing I'll say about this whole sexual harassment thing. Well, because every week we'll say something about it, but I don't want to get political or anything either. Is the White House is supporting Roy Moore for Senate, and basically the message is Roy Moore being a pedophile in comparison to being a Democrat is not so bad. Donald Trump said as much as,
That's exactly what they're fucking saying. Yeah.
I believe Roy Moore is telling the truth. And I believe that all of these women with all their different accounts of this guy are lying. And even if they are telling the truth, the Democrats are much worse. We can stand with the pedophile, but we can't stand with the Democrat. Party over country. The Republicans should be ashamed of their goddamn selves.
That's some sick shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
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 It's crazy to me, man.
It's pathetic. This partisanship is pathetic.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, I want to say one last thing. This is Friday night, as we're recording this, and the Warriors just beat the Bulls by damn near 50 points, man. Scores 143-94. Jesus
That's an NBA Jam score, bruh.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Well, that's going to depress me for the rest of the evening.
Michael Jordan is not walking through that building. Scottie Pippen's not walking through that building.
No, Will
Tony
Purdue.
Kukoc ain't walking through that building, bruh.
Dennis Rodman, Luke Longley, Jed Bushler, Randy Brown.
Oh, God. Oh. And I'm sorry, because you brought up the Bulls, I got to tell you something, and I didn't want to bring it up on this call. I wanted to give it some more thought, but I have been thinking about it for a while. You're not going to like this, but I'm going to keep it real with you. And before I tell you this, you know me. You know I fucked with the 96 Bulls. You know, 72-10, right? Mm-hmm. I fucks with them heavy, right? I gave about a week of thought about this, and the 72-10 Bulls, they would lose to the Golden State Warriors. They would. And I hate to say this, and I'm not talking about skills and ability. I just think, like, who the fuck is going to guard who? That's my big thing, right? And I just want to get your thoughts on this. We're matching up right now, okay? Draymond is on Dennis Rodman, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I imagine he would be.
Scottie Pippen has to be on Kevin Durant. He has to be.
Right.
Right? Michael Jordan is on Clay.
Right.
Ron Harper is guarding Steph.
Well, Ron Harper is not a 6'6" great defender.
He is. But Steph Curry, old ass Ron Harper, 96 Bulls.
Ron Harper was in his early 30s.
He's supposed to keep on stepping on those picks?
He was in his early 30s.
Bruh, Ron Harper was running like OJ on that goddamn floor. Even if he was 30. By game 2, that nigga's knees is gone.
So I've had this conversation I had this conversation as you might imagine quite a few times. So, okay, you're talking about the issues with matchups for the Bulls. What about the issues of matchups for the Warriors?
Uh, Michael Jordan is averaging 50 in the series. Okay.
Yeah, an easy
For
50.
sure.
Ron Harper has a great post game. He is outsizing the small Steph Curry. Dennis Rodman is having his way with Draymond Green. I mean, he's not an offensive threat, but he's likely gotten Draymond Green into some foul trouble already.
Wait, why would Dennis Rodman get Draymond in foul trouble?
Because Dennis Rodman is one of the greatest masterminds in NBA history at getting guys out of their game. Dennis Rodman, from boxing Draymond Green out, playing him physical, maybe giving him a little forearm shiver, he's making Draymond Green play outside of himself to get out of character. Scotty is playing like Scotty. I mean, I'm not saying Scotty's not going to stop Kevin Durant from scoring. There's nobody in the NBA that's playing one-on-one that can stop Kevin Durant from scoring. But Scotty is not no slouch. Yeah. Kevin Durant's working for those buckets. So I mean, it's a different style of game. We're talking about a 2017 team and a 96 team. The 96 team was a fast-paced team relative to the styles of play from back then. And Golden State Warriors are the fastest playing team in NBA history. Like, it's not really, you almost can't really compare it because it's like, what rules are we going to play under now? For this hypothetical game, what rules are we going to play under? 90 style rules? Then the edge goes to the Bulls. Are we playing 2017 rules? Then that edge likely goes to the Warriors. So there's too many variables to consider. But I'm picking the Bulls, obviously.
It's hard to go against Mike, but I know Mike's gonna do his thing, and I know Scotty's gonna do his thing, but what happens when like 3 of the 4 Warriors do their thing? I don't know. I just feel like there's too many fucking weapons going on there.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why
scary, man.
That's why they've won 2 out of the last 3 championships, man.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I sometimes I watch games and them niggas actually look bored, bruh. Like, who's gonna stop them? Who's going to stop them? Now that they got KD,
nobody. That's who. I mean, shit. The Thunder figured it out for one game. It's really just a matter of who's gonna. The other team's just gonna have to outscore them. You're not gonna stop certain guys from scoring, but listen, I believe that every member of the Chicago Bulls team that I mentioned is going to make it very difficult for those guys to score because they were an exceptional defensive team. Exceptional.
They were. Yeah.
They described Mike and Scotty as 2 sleek Dobermans out there on the court.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
I just feel like the weak link, and I think this sucks to have the weak link, is Steph Curry and Ron Harper. Like, Ron Harper is getting torched.
No.
And that's not just
No, Ron Harper is not getting torched. Give me.
You don't think Steph Curry gives Ron Harper the business?
Steph Curry's a great player. I think Steph Curry is going to be Steph Curry. But Ron Harper is going to be running off of the one-on-one matchup. That shit does not happen in the NBA, man. Nobody is just playing iso ball.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Ron Harper is going through screens consistently.
Okay, then you're getting switches. Who are you getting switched off of? MJ on Steph. Scotty on Steph. Maybe a Dennis Rodman on Steph because of the screen and roll with Draymond. Steph's going to be going up against a lot of defenders. A lot of great defenders. A lot of all-time defenders.
But that's what I'm saying. They always have an advantage on offense. They always do.
Great players.
You know what I mean?
Great players are going to be great. They're going to do what they're going to do. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
just think they got more weapons. They just got more weapons, man. And
But one team has Michael
Chicago
Jordan.
Bulls person.
The Warriors don't have Michael Jordan. Man, we've seen Michael Jordan do the impossible. We've seen him do the impossible.
Nigga can fly, man. I know.
He dropped 69
I just feel like
without a heavy 3-point. That wasn't even 3-point shooting era. He dropped 69 on the Cavs.
69.
63
He dropped
against
63.
Boston.
He dropped 63 on Boston. He lost. He lost against Boston, bruh. He lost that game.
That was young MJ.
That
was MJ before he really had a jumper.
That's true. But the jumper was nice back then, though. Niggas was hating. But look, I'm gonna give you what I really think happens. Like we can just bring the '96 Bulls back to life and they could just play in the finals against the Warriors. I feel like Michael Jordan plays the greatest basketball we've ever seen a human being play.
In a losing effort.
Michael Jordan is playing out of his fucking mind. And I think Scottie is there with him, right there with him for a game or two. And then Scottie's numbers start to trail off a little bit because he's not God like Mike is. He's a human. He's a good, great basketball player. He's a Hall of Famer, but he's human. And I think the firepower just turns out to be too much. That's just the pace that they play at is just gonna be too much for the Bulls, man. Especially old ass Ron Harper. You know,
why is Ron Harper all of a sudden old?
He's gone, bruh.
Why is he all of a sudden old?
Bruh, the nigga played like he was old. Ron Harper's knees was gone. He was gone.
I don't know where you're getting this from.
Knees, bruh.
I watched almost every Bulls game between 96 and 98. Actually, between 91 and 98. And Ron Harper was not running. He wasn't missing games because of injury. He wasn't limping on and off the court.
Ron Harper's not making it through that series.
There's no evidence that suggests Ron Harper was a liability health wise. He injured himself, I think, towards ACL or something. Back when he played with Cleveland. Yeah, he was a lesser Ron Harper when he was younger and athletic, but he wasn't some old, decrepit, flabby, and sick Ron Harper when he was playing with Chicago.
Maybe I'm exaggerating there, but Ron Harper can't keep up with anybody on that fucking court.
Since when did Ron Harper have that means every Bull is going to have a problem keeping up, which there's a strong chance they might because everybody has a hard time keeping up with the Warriors.
But Scottie and Mike are on a different level athletically than Ron Harper. And Ron Harper is going to be asked to guard.
Tell me when. Just give me an example when this has happened.
Curry.
Give me an example when this has happened.
No, but we're playing hypotheticals here, but it's safe to say Steph Curry has a definite advantage on quickness than Ron Harper, right?
Steph Curry has a quickness advantage against most people in the NBA.
But it would be highly noticeable if he's going against Ron Harper. Harper wasn't
IQ. Give me some evidence that suggests Ron Harper has a problem with quick guards. They played against Travis Best and the Pacers. Played against Gary Payton and the Sonics. Who else? Who else was some? He guarded Rod Strickland.
Well, but come on. I mean,
was he limping on and off the court trying to guard these guys? I don't recall that.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not saying he's going to be walking off the floor with an injury. I just think I'm putting the pace that the Warriors play
all on Ron Harper.
I'm saying he won't be able to rest because he has to play up on Steph. He has to pick up Steph because he has to respect Steph's jumper, right?
Right.
So he has to get up close.
But Ron Harper is a great defender.
He is a
When he played with
really
Chicago,
good
he
defender.
was a great defender when he played with Chicago.
And don't you think part of that is due to he had help defense from the greatest
Oh
basketball
Jesus
player
Christ!
ever and one of the
You're
greatest
not gonna give Ron
defensive
Harper any
players?
credit. You're not gonna give Ron Harper any credit.
Okay, we need to look this up. How many all defensive teams did Ron Harper make?
That does not matter, dude. Like, you know how
Then
many?
what are we
Do you know
going
how
by
many
then? If we're
good?
saying
Do you know how many
Ron Harper,
really good defenders don't make the All NBA defensive team?
but what are we going by? We're just going by Ron Harper is a good defender. Then what are we measuring that by? That's what I'm saying.
What are you measuring his inability to guard Steph Curry by? What evidence are you measuring that by?
Because at the end of the day, we're not using any stats or anything. I would say Steph Curry. I would say Ron Harper's going to have a hell of a time guarding Steph Curry just based on what we've seen. Right?
Of course,
You have to.
everyone has a hard time guarding Steph Curry. But you're making it sound like you're making it sound like Ron Harper is some flabby and sick dude that stands no chance. No, Ron Harper is going to play relatively the best defense he can play on Steph Curry. Steph Curry is going to be successful. Steph Curry is probably going to be successful 6 out of 10 times, which is outstanding offensively, but almost what the best you can expect defensively.
Okay, and what I'm saying is, if I say Michael Jordan is guarding Clay, it's safe to say that Jordan will cause problems for Clay, right?
That's
Scottie
because
Pippen
Michael
is guarding Durant.
Okay, so we got to put Mike and
what I'm
Scottie.
saying is,
we got to put Ron Harper on the same level as Mike and Scottie.
No. What I'm saying is, Ron Harper isn't going to cause any fucking problems for Steph Curry. None. That's what I'm saying.
Ron Harper
That's
is
where the
6'6".
That's what I'm saying.
Ron Harper is 6'6", long, and he's strong. He's going to cause some problems for Steph Curry. It might not be all game, but he's going to cause problems for Steph Curry. Just like any
I don't think Ron causes any problems.
Good 6'6" defender. Dude, Kevin Love caused problems for Steph Curry on one play in the NBA Finals.
Who did?
It's Kevin Love, a 6'10" white guy with slow feet.
Oh, that was one isolated play. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm talking. Okay, I give you one isolated play that actually happened that we can draw from. And you're giving me these hypotheticals that we have nowhere to go from. I'm based off of that. Ron Harper's a better defender than Kevin Love.
Okay.
Based off of that, I argue that Ron Harper is not going to just be a victim all game. He's going to have his moments, but Steph Curry's a great player. So when great offensive players go up against great defenders, that edge generally goes to the offensive player. Because you're not just going to stop guys from scoring that are exceptional at putting the ball in the basket. Nobody is.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is Ron Harper is getting made famous if he's going against Steph Curry. And I'm not saying Steph Curry is this amazing player. I just think Steph Curry is going to cause a lot of problems for Ron Harper.
Who's the best defensive player?
You acting like Ron Harper is like one of the quickest 6'6" guys out there. And I just think Ron Harper
Who is the best one-on-one defensive
behind.
guy you've ever seen play?
I've ever seen play. I got to go with Gary fucking Payton.
So, has Gary Payton ever gotten 30 scored on him before?
Yes.
All right, then. The best on-ball defender you've ever seen is Gary Payton, and he got 30 scored on him.
Yeah. Yes, this is true, yes. But we're talking about... But Gary Payton never got abused for a series. And I think Ron Harper gets abused in a series against
in these hypotheticals. You're saying he gets abused for a series, and have no...
This whole thing's a hypothetical, though. This whole thing's a hypothetical. I'm hypothetically saying Scottie would cause Durant problems, but Maybe he wouldn't. I don't know, but that's just what I'm saying. Based on what I've seen from the Bulls, Harper will be the weak link. Not because Harper's whack, just because Steph Curry's gonna get his. Because
Hey,
Jordan,
Clay's gonna
if
get
Steph
his
Curry
too.
drives, Jordan can't.
Kevin Durant's gonna get his too.
I mean, what?
Everybody's gonna get theirs because they are great players. Michael Jordan never locked nobody down for 0 points. Jordan got crossed by Allen Iverson. Are you ever going to say AI is better than Mike? Are you ever going to say Mike got abused by AI? No. A great player did what great players do. And even when you're a great defender, sometimes their offense is just better.
I think if Mike guards Clay, Clay has a bad series. I really do. I think if Scotty guards Durant, and we're saying like whole series, right? Let's just say the shit goes to game 7. If Scotty guards Durant, Durant gets his, but there's a game or two where Scotty wins that battle. Like defensively, I hate to say shut down, but he significantly slows Durant's offensive game down. I can't sit here and tell you that Ron Harper is going to slow Steph Curry down. I just can't. I can't see it happening.
All right. Della Vadova did it.
True. Yeah, he did.
Come on, man. I'm done talking about this.
All right, man. I just don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening.
Well, we'll never see it happen.
I'm looking at Ron Harper's stats. There's nothing about anything defensively.
You don't respect Ron Harper, man. You don't respect him like he deserves to be respected.
But you're talking to me like Cleveland Cavaliers Ron Harper is on the Chicago Bulls.
I didn't
We're
say
talking
that.
Chicago Bulls Ron Harper.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying Ron Harper is
he was
not
a solid defender.
Some old, decrepit, flabby and sick guy that you're painting him to be.
All right, man. Well, you do agree that he is the fucking weak link defensively, right?
If you're talking about two of the greatest, right? You're talking about, actually 3 of the greatest. No, Dennis Rodman was a great defender too. So if you're pitting Ron Harper up against Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman, then yeah, he'd be the weak link out of those 3.
But yeah, that's the reality situation.
Just like Steph Curry is a weak link defensively compared to Clay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant.
But don't you feel like
game set and
how
match.
Would they
check and checkmate?
How is that a checkmate? How would they exploit? So they'll exploit Steph Curry on the defensive end by posting up Ron Harper.
Post up Ron Harper, yeah.
And then the help will come. Ron Harper kicks out to
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, or a cutting Dennis Rodman. Or cutting Luke Longley. They'd score buckets.
Okay. But then the way Ron Harper gets exploited, and let's just say Steph Curry's injury free, he's not battling any injuries, whatever. He's healthy. Okay. Let's assume that, right? The way Ron Harper gets exploited is they literally just run a screen at the top of the fucking key and Steph pulls up for a 3. So that's 3 points.
Wait. Who so nobody's firing the screen? Steph Curry, when they run the screen and roll, he's just going to be wide open. You don't got Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen there to hedge the screen and roll.
He'll hedge. Somebody will hedge, but we've seen Steph Curry still pull and still hit, right?
Yeah, but then we're talking about them getting switched on to some of the best defenders.
But then they just pass. But they switch it. But they switch.
Your argument
and then let's say Michael
is
Jordan
starting
switches
to crumble
on him
before our very eyes.
No, bro. I think you're giving Ron Harper a lot of credit.
No,
here.
You're just giving him no credit.
I don't know, man. We need to take this to the streets, man.
Yeah.
We need to take this to the streets. We got to ask people, man.
Yeah. And I'm not really entirely sure how we can phrase this question to not make it sound either pro-Steph, anti-Ron, or pro-Ron, anti-Steph. Because I'm not anti-Steph in this argument. I'm just saying, I've already said Steph Curry's a great player. And no matter who's guarding him, no matter who, I don't care if it's MJ or Scotty, Steph is going to be Steph. So, but Ron Harper is not just going to be he's not going to be on the sideline all gassed and looking like he's ready to get, he's not going to get shot into retirement over this. Yeah, sleep on it.
No, I don't think that. I just think that he's going to get winded, bruh. He's gonna put it this way: we bring them to the 2017 year, right? Michael and Scotty, because they're all-time greats, they adapt to that pace.
So wait, so Ron Harper, who's hooped his whole life,
pace, so we expect Ron Harper can?
He's been playing basketball his whole life. He's not going to be able to adapt. Come on.
But we see certain teams today can't stay with the Warriors.
Yeah,
today.
Collective teams.
So we're gonna.
Because they don't scheme right. They don't have the personnel.
But that's the problem, though. Like, who has the right personnel? Because you can't help with the Warriors. That's the problem. Ron Harper will be on a fucking island. That's what I'm saying. Because
all right, listen. IQ.
Who's gonna help?
IQ. Let's just end this argument right here. This is driving me crazy.
I'm asking who's going to help. Who is going to help? That's what I'm saying. Who can help?
Who helped when they were playing the Thunder a few nights ago? Who helped when who else did they lose to this year? Shit, I don't remember who they lost to this year. But, they lost to Boston. Who helped when they played against Boston? There's guys there to help, man.
Bro, these guys are coasting regular.
And they miss shots. You gotta stop moving the goalposts, man. You gotta stop moving the goalposts.
Huh?
You gotta stop moving the goalposts. Now it's.
But you're comparing like regular season games to let's say they're in playoff mode and they're really playing like every game counts.
Dellavedova.
They're really trying to win. These niggas are bored, man.
Dellavedova was giving Steph Curry a hard time. Before Pachulia knocked Kawhi Leonard out of the game, the Spurs were up by 20. So come on, man. It's hoop. It's hoop. You figure it out. Guys miss shots.
Who was guarding Steph when they played the Spurs?
Huh?
Who's guarding Steph when they played the Spurs?
I have no idea. I was at the park with my daughter that day.
Fuck, man. We really need to run some numbers here, and we got to figure this out. I don't think they beat the fucking Warriors, man. And I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
All right.
I just don't see it happening.
Hey, man, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, my heart says the Bulls, but my eyes and I can't definitively say. I don't bet against MJ.
Fucking problem.
Like if MJ played himself 1-on-1, I would say there's no way MJ would lose. And you'd be like, which one? I would say MJ.
Okay. This we're at 1:45. Fuck.
Yes. Yeah.
We gotta say this for the next call. Fuck. Because we gotta talk about this next call. Just remind me, I gotta settle this thing about who's the GOAT, MJ or LeBron.
MJ.
I'm tired of seeing GOAT post about LeBron.
LeBron is the greatest of all time right now.
I'm gonna finally resolve this.
We're done. That's it. All right, we'll go more in depth next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it next week.
And
yeah, for sure.
To all of our listeners who are not heavy on the sports talk, we do apologize for it being so sports heavy. But every now and then, we gotta talk about one of our biggest passions and loves in life, which is hoop. So sorry about that, but thanks also for spending an hour and 45 minutes listening to us talk shit.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, so with all that said, man, it's been good talking to you. I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving.
Oh, likewise, man. Likewise. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, pleasure's always mine, man. And as always, man, we're just a couple of suburban hood niggas out here trying to make it.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right, man. You have yourself a good one.
All right, man. You too. Peace.